G'day guys, it's Emo here. This video I'm just going to be showing you guys a few tricks to do as moonkin and a couple of other stuff. Anyways, to start off I'm going to show you guys this nice add-on I found. Now it's called Emostylze. Now you can get this off your basic add-on websites, guys. Should be everywhere. It's basically like your Eclipse bar, except a bit more detailed. It basically shows you like how much energy you have until you reach your eclipse. When you finally reach your eclipse, it also shows you that you are eclipsed, and it also just shows you every time you have your Star Surge procs up, and whenever Star Surge off's cooldown as well. Now I'm just going to build it up and show you guys what it's like. As you can see here, it's got the eclipse icon for solar eclipse. If you didn't know, solar eclipse increases your nature damage, guys, and also changes your moonfire into sunfire, sorry. When you spec into it here. Now, if you didn't know already, this also increases the damage done by your mushrooms. Usually hits about 15k, maybe 10k on resilience, guys. Now a neat little trick I'll show you here is basically, usually in duels or 1v1 I like to start with a cyclone on the target, and then after that you heat up like 3 mushrooms right underneath them. Or you can hot yourself, it's up to you. Mushrooms is usually the better option. And then you detonate the mushrooms and you instantly do probably a minimum of like 15 to 20k damage. If it crits, you do double that amount, which makes it very, very nice. Now, on top of this, guys, it also adds the Earth and Moon effect, which increases the spell damage they take by 8%. And if you spec into fungal growth, which I suggest you do, it slows their movement speed by 50% within an 8-yard radius. This AoE lasts for 20 seconds, guys. So if you're like, let's say here, I'll put it in a line, shall I? Now, this is pretty much like a hunter's trap. 50% reduced movement speed, the AoE lasts for 20 seconds, and it also, if you didn't know, it removes rogues out of stealth, not only when you do the initial explosion from the damage, but if they run through fungal growth afterwards, they also get removed from stealth if they are snared by the 50% movement speed. Now, this helps a lot against rogues, guys, so I suggest you spec into fungal growth. It's one of your best kiting abilities you can have, purely because it moves rogues out of stealth and it's a massive AoE. You can have a maximum of 6 fungal growth out at one time, with 3 mushrooms out for detonations. Now, considering this AoE is massive, it's really, really handy. I use this a lot on people. Like I said, no matter what class you're versing, guys, use Cyclone and either hot yourself, or Cyclone then use mushrooms. Cycloning then putting mushrooms down and detonating when the cyclone's over is probably one of your biggest bursts you can do if it crits. Especially if you have solar eclipse up, it's really, really handy. Now, in case you guys didn't know, I'm also going to tell you right here. Try and keep Fairy Fire up if the target is stealth. Also, your dots, your Moonfire, or for now when you have Solar Eclipse it's Sunfire, plus your Insect Swarm. They have a 7% chance to proc an instant cast Star Surge. Now this is from shooting stars in your spec. It's 4% chance every time you deal damage with your dots. Reduces its cast time by 100% and resets the cooldown on Star Surge. Now this lasts for 12 seconds, so you don't have to proc it straight away, even though I suggest you do. But yeah, you can always wait a little while until you have burst for you to pop the shooting stars. Try and keep Star Surge up all the time. Like every time you have Star Surge off cooldown, try and use it, guys. Do note, if Star Surge is interrupted, you are locked out of all your spell schools. So both Arcane and Nature and Restoration spells will be locked out. Restoration spells and Nature spells share the same school, guys, in case you didn't know. Also, if you're locked out of one school, you will still be able to use Star Surge. Just make sure you don't get interrupted when casting Star Surge. That's the only thing you have to worry about against casters. It may sound weird, guys, but Feral Charge, Skull Bash, sorry, is one of your most important spells against casters, purely because it's an interrupt. I suggest you keybind it on the same ability as your Solar Beam, so that when you change forms, it's on the same move. If you didn't know, this also shares cooldown with the Skull Bash for both cat and bear form. The two share the same cooldown, sorry. It's a 1 minute cooldown, it's got 13-yard range, guys, so it's pretty much melee range. Sorry, nearly melee range, you have to be very close to use it. Interrupts the spell casting, locking them out of the spell school for 4 seconds. For kitty form, it costs 25 energy. For bear form, it costs 15 rage, which means even if you spec into Fira, you still need to pop your enrage to be able to use this.
I'm out of range.
It's always better to use cat form as well, because you can always sprint to the target if you need a dash, and then you can get close enough to use the Skull Bash. Now, I'd save bear form for your frenzy regen, because you're going to need enrage for that. Also, a little trick for bear form, guys. Your bash is really important against melee targets and even against casters. It means you can get off a quick cyclone right after, or even entangling roots right after. It's really handy. Also, guys, since I'm Tauren, I got Wall Stomp. I think I've said that already. It's really good. If you're a Tauren, you basically use Wall Stomp then Cyclone, or you use Wall Stomp and then you wait. If they're in Nature's Grasp and they've stunned you or something, you can always Trinket Wall Stomp and then get away inside your cat form or inside your travel form. What I usually like to do is go bear form, and I basically pop my enrage and then Stampeding Roar. Or you can go in cat form and do the same thing. Cat form costs 30 energy, bear form costs 15 rage again, guys. That's basically it. As for other add-ons, you guys might be wondering, I don't use too many add-ons even in Arena. In Arena I use Gladius because that's a must. But apart from Arena, I just use Eclipsor for my Moonkin. And for my other characters, including my Moonkin, I also use a couple more add-ons. I use AZCB, or AZ Cast Bars. This is basically a cast bar sort of add-on which replaces the Blizzard UI. As you can see here, I still got the Blizzard one, but also I got this one here, which is basically a bit more obvious, and it may be a bit of clutter on your screen, but it's really handy in keeping note of like what's around you, what people are casting. You can move down, you can move it differently, there's different places you can set it. It's basically got a pet bar, it's got a caster player bar, it's got a focus bar, and then it's got a target bar as well. So it's really good to keep in, it helps you keep in mind what everyone around you is doing. I usually keybind my focus target to control Z. It may be being weird for some people, but you might want to set a keybind for your set focused ability. If you don't know where it is, it's in your keybinds, guys. Another add-on I use is called Doom Cooldown Pulse. I use this for all my characters. It basically shows the tooltip of an ability which recently came off cooldown, and it flashes it on your screen somewhere. You can change the duration of the flash and all that sort of stuff as well, guys. It's pretty good. I suggest you get it. Like I said before, I'll link the actually I don't think I said this before, but I'll link all my add-ons down below inside the description of this video. Now, some people use power shifting macros. It's alright if you guys get it, and it's up to you. But I don't usually use them. I just keybind all my change form abilities to my bars, and I just like double tap it if I want to change form, pretty much. I think using the power shifting macros is like a 0.2 milliseconds faster or something, but it's up to you guys. I've seen people who use those power shifting macros to get stuck in caster form sometimes, so it's a bit buggy. It's up to you guys whether you want to use it or not. Use it at your own risk. Another handy tip to keep in mind, guys, is if you're versing people in like 1v1 or even in PvP, you're basically going to want to hot yourself up. What I usually do is I put up 2 stacks of life bloom. If I'm below 80% health, that's what I usually do. Try and keep rejuve as much as you can and keep 2 stacks of life bloom up. You don't use 3 stacks of life bloom just in case you take damage. If you can't swap out form to heal yourself, then you let the life bloom tick over, and it basically heals you for the bloom. But if you want to use your life bloom again, then you can bring it up to 3 stacks if you have the time. Now, this is way more mana efficient, guys. Everything about Moonkin's mana efficiency. Also, for my spec anyway. Also, if you didn't know this, every time you get your eclipse up, like either whether it be solar or lunar eclipse, you generate, I think it's like You see a 16% of your total mana. So getting eclipses is really important to be mana efficient if you want to keep spamming your abilities in PvP, guys. Now I was going to show you guys a few videos of dueling and showing how to control the situation as a balanced druid. Which is the biggest benefit you have as being a resto druid, or as a balanced druid, is that you have lots of control because of your entangling root solar beam and because of your cyclones, etc, etc. But there's no one outside in Durotar to duel here on Dreadmaul right now because it's Christmas Day. So hopefully I get some videos out soon, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.